Authenticity. That is what we strive for here. That is what I personally strive for, is to be authentic.
You are
be
yourself.
My authentic self.
He is definitely himself.
No posers here, folks.
No, thank you, Carlos. You are correct. And
so,
finding that authentic connection with others is what our next guest is all about. It is the theme of her keynote speech. Bice Jackson is here to talk all about that.
Hi, Molly.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you agree that Carlos is authentic?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So, living his best life.
So we're done here. I can leave? No, but the truth is, people can smell a fake a mile away,
Yes,
can't
they can. And authentic connection with others is really what saved my life when my daughter lost hers. And it is such a valuable commodity that can increase our happiness, our productivity at work. And so that is really the essence of my speech.
So how does a business, I'm interested how this converts in the business world, because I think there's a lot of people out there that are authentic on their social media, and it's kind of easy to do it in your own personal life to some. But in business, it's a different game. So how do you translate it to the business world?
So I teach tools and strategies that they can put into practice. The first one I call Speak the Unspeakable. It doesn't have to be with your whole group of employees, but if you have at least one coworker that you feel you can speak your unspeakable to, you will feel safe, you will feel seen, heard, and valued for who you are, which will help you feel more at ease at work, help you be more productive. The other tool I teach is don't try to prove yourself, just try to be yourself. And I think we get caught up in that.
But what if myself is a freak show?
Well, that is the case with me. But the other freak shows...
Speaking authentically.
And the third tool I teach is use your gifts to be a gift. So we all have our gifts. That's how this show is running. And when we can implement those, and I have a few other tools in my book, it really creates a safe space at work that will improve our health, our lives. High social connection has so many benefits, and feeling isolated and low social connection leads to anxiety. It's worse for our health than smoking. This is all backed by studies and science. So it is important.
Let me back you up there, because you just glossed over the fact that you lost your daughter. How did that incident help you transform yourself into a person who could actually talk about all of this?
So I speak a lot about loss, hope, grief, connection. And my daughter was an organ donor. And there are people out in the world I haven't met who I am literally connected to. That they are living, breathing because of my daughter. And I saw that connection and the literal, fibrous tissue and the connection that makes our bodies work. And I see that translation into human connection. And I wanted to make sure my message was universal, because not everyone has lost a child, but everyone can relate to connecting with other people. And I think in our society with social media, we do feel like we're connected, but we aren't really. And we see cars and wardrobe and all these commodities, gas, oil, coffee, sugar, these are commodities we trade, but we don't think of how valuable it is.
What you did is you just took it so much deeper than most people even think about this, and most of us are on the surface trying to portray something that maybe we're trying to become that we can't become, but you figured out a way to make that connection penetrate.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I think what Carlos is getting at too is and you mentioned it a little bit about social media, because social media in theory is about connection. The whole idea of it is that we're connected to other people.
Yes.
But over the years, it has journeyed away from the actual connection in more of like almost a show-off space.
Right.
So how do you authentically connect on social media? What is the method to do that now?
My number one method is that tool I mentioned earlier, is that I don't try to prove myself, I just try to be myself. And people, even through a screen, can smell that a mile away. And that when you're just being yourself,
It's funny, my son just said that to me, because I did my first Instagram video, and he said I was trying too hard. He says, "Look, your dad, you're selling, you're trying to be somebody cool, just be yourself," and really that's, because first of all, I'm an old guy holding up a phone, which is always suspect. And I don't know if I connected.
I applaud your effort.
Yeah, but I try to do it because it seems to me important to be able to connect with people. One-on-one, I'm okay, when we're in person, it's all fine. I can shake hands, look you in the eye, and connect. But so many people now are connecting electronically, and they say, "Nice to meet you," and then you take it from there, right?
Right. And I think when we get caught up in, we got to make the money, we have to prove this, we have to chase this, it actually does the opposite. And I think when we aren't distracted with comparison or proving, and we're captivated with our purpose, that is when it really starts to flow.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, Molly, thank you so much for coming in. She keynotes this excellent talk about authenticity and connection, and the book is coming soon, so we will have to have you back when the book is out.
Before we go, how do we connect to you? What are your connections?
My Instagram is where a lot of action happens, and my username is Smally Spice. I am small and spicy, Molly Bice.
I love
Molly Spice.
Everything about that. Yes,
and my website is mollybicejackson.com.
All right.
And I'm jealous because last time you were here, you danced with Lisa, so I don't get to dance.
Well.
But will you promise me next time we will?
Oh, yes.
Because I need some help.
I think you should promise me you'll dance on your Instagram.
Oh, hey.
Oh, no, that's not a problem, as you know. I will embarrass everyone.
Because you're not going to try to prove anything.
I have some video of Carlos dancing that I will show you after this. Thank you, Molly.
Molly, good to have you here.